!donate. You can find out all that information free, FREE, 50 cents donated by literally just putting in a coupon, and you can put in your name if you want, and I think a message. Like I put holler for mine. I think.
Yeah.
It was $10. Why not?
But, I mean, we have a couple messages. Recurring Fears donation, stacking some gifts under the tree for whoever wins. So thank you, Fear. Choo Choo, one of our admins, saying don't spend it all in one place, which is pretty sage advice this time of year for sure.
Oh yeah, I mean, at the same time, you could spend it all in one place, and that's yourself. Just buy all the gifts for yourself. Don't buy anything for your family, and just make them all holiday cards. That's the Bahamut advice to you.
I just imagined you you buy a pizza and then you gift, you wrap the pizza box, pizza in it, you wrap it with wrapping paper, and then you put it under your tree, and then 5 minutes later you open presents, and then you just rip open the pizza box, and you have a pizza that you gifted to yourself. How delightful would that be?
That's a really good idea for Christmas. I think I should do that to one of my friends.
I have a lot of bad ideas, but that's a really good idea. You have to do it 5 minutes before you're gonna eat it, because it might show up too hot, so it gives a little bit of time to cool off, to the right temperature.
I was gonna say, how would the wrapping paper get all weird because it's a steamy pizza in a box, and you're wrapping it up? This is I gotta test these things for science, but we do have a draft here. We are gonna be going into game number 2 between these two teams in this best of 3 series for the finals for the HeroesHype North American Holiday Series. On the left, TIAA is going to be banning out the Blaze and maybe a Maiev, but on the right we have Reborne, who is up a game, and they already banned out the. Excuse me, I burped right between that. Banned out the Abathur, and these teams playing it a little bit slower. I think they're gonna consider different things, because the Tyrande was their second ban last time, and it doesn't seem like that was the big deal for them. But they still ban out the Tyrande. They do not want to have that synergy with Garrosh and Tyrande. Maybe they were thinking do we take out the Garrosh here? Do we get rid of that? Do we not want to have him completely throwing our team around? But I don't know. That's not the case. Maybe they're gonna first pick it themselves. Who knows?
Yeah, who knows? I'm wondering if maybe this is something where TIAA, they ban the Tyrande, maybe they let the Garrosh through, but they pick up the Decker Cane for themselves. Can still have some really good impact on this map. He's not necessarily the first pick slot that we often see, but we saw a lot of value with the Leoric, with the Decker Cane in that last match, so I'm wondering if something that TIAA is thinking about here.
There's no Medivh. They first picked the Hanzo. And this is, I mean, it's
Battlefield, so that makes sense.
It's BOE, and it's Hanzo, and he just needs 1 through 7, and then the other talents don't really matter because his burn is stupid powerful. But, so clarification on the prizes.
We said it all wrong.
We said it all wrong, so anything we said is wrong. But that's a Maiev coming through and a Garrosh. We haven't seen Maiev. Maiev actually been consistently banned out throughout this entire tournament.
Yeah, Maiev finally making an appearance here with that Garrosh, so really excited to see what Reborne has in store. But go on with the correction to
okay, so I'm gonna read exactly what he wrote for us. Anybody can add them to their events, and if people buy them, a share of the money goes to the prize pool. Gotcha. And they're not on the EU Matcherino. I will say that they're on the North American Matcherino.
All right. So if you are in need of a gaming mouse or a headset and want to add those, it'll add to the prize pool, and you get yourself the mouse or headset that you need. There's only a certain amount that we do have available, so make sure to get in on those. We are already we have 8 left and 9 left respectively for the headset and mouse. So.
I know friends who have used them. I have friends who are big Rocat fans, and they absolutely are just like, that's my brand. I've never found anything wrong with them. It's just I just haven't broken my keyboard or mouse yet. So I just soon, I guess, TM. But we are going to be having the Tracer banned out, so they're not going to want to deal with that potential race from that.
Sorry, did we talk about Lucio?
No, we didn't. They're just completely just like, yeah, whatever.
There's a Lucio in slot number 3 on TIAA, Bahamut. I mean, it makes sense with the Arthas. Pretty early for both. I would have liked to see TIAA maybe wait for the 4 or 5 there, because I feel like whatever comes in the 4 or 5 is... You're not going to have Arthas or Lucio banned against you.
I wonder if they want the break it down, because a lot of those fights needed just like a little oomph of just like healing to the team, or and call me crazy because this is probably wrong, it's reverse amp, and they're just going for like mass slows or something like that. But this is going to be the Decker Kane Rainer. They're starting to pick up their race on the side of Reborne. They're going to have the Rainer for that. Decker Kane will allow them just to pair with the Garrosh as well. And then Maiev is going to have Warden's Cage and Umbral Bind, and there's just so much she brings into this. So if someone gets too far away, they've got a toss, they've got an Umbral Bind, they've got knockback if Rainer's somehow ahead of them. This is a little terrifying, and so at this point, they're going to be needing a solo lane or a main tank. Arthas actually being left there kind of throws them off a little bit. So Arthas main tank, Thrall probably solo lane, and then you have Li Ming and Hanzo for... I actually really like TIAA's draft. I think it's got a lot of big kill potential. The only thing, too, is Genji went through this draft, like, no big deal. No one really cares about Genji.
A lot of the drafts just, like, not even a thing to be worried about tonight, so who cares? But I also like that Li Ming. It kind of provides a lot of similarly what the Junkrat would with that very long distance, consistent damage. We're seeing ourselves a Sonya from Reborn. Do you want Leap?
Oh, give me the leap. I just want Ezreal to like, I just want to hear out of the like out of one of my earphones, just and just like a smoosh on the ground, and then we have all the dive on top of that. I'm personally like, yes, Wrath of Berserker has got value, it's all that, but Leap, it's got engage, it's got disengage, it's got a stun. You can take Crater and be an absolute nuisance at 20, which I don't take because Nerves of Steel is just way too beneficial for you. Or Ignore Pain, and a Nerves of Steel because Ignore Pain's at 16. But these two drafts, I think that they're highly competitive in the kill factor, in the mortal burn, and overall in their push in lane as well. We're going to get some great team fights, and we're loading into this quick, Catpeach.
Yeah, this is going to be pretty scary. The other thing, too, with the Lucio is that if you do get flipped by that Garrosh, it's a little bit more of a escape potential, so long as Lucio gets within range of whoever was flipped. So keep an eye on that. Maybe this won't be as easy for Reborn as it has been in the past couple series, but let's get these teams introduced. In the blue, we have TIAA. Corgi Booty is going to be on that Thrall shot. It's going to be on the Arthas. Legacy on the Lucio. Unaverted will be on that Hanzo, and Treebeard on the Li Ming.
And on the right-hand side, up a game, trying to close out the series and be the winners of the HeroesHype North American Holiday Series. We have Ezreal on the Sonya. We're going to be having Mist on the Rainer, Tentadactyl on the Garrosh once again, Winterheart going to be on the Maiev, and Valimar on the Decker Kane. That is Reborn. Let's see what they're able to do with this as we have a Scatter Arrow starting to scout out already, and mid lane is, well, I guess mid area is where they're going to be kind of floating around here, maybe looking to catch them in a rotation, but Tentadactyl taking a lot of damage from Treebeard.
Like, we are, like, how much damage did that do? Immediately. So, you know, Treebeard, fear the Ming. That's all I'm saying for this match, if you are Garrosh, but you get the flip on the shot. Either way, Hanzo with the knockback with that Q to confirm the kill onto Arthas. First kill of this game, again, going over to Reborn.
I wonder, just unfortunately, Arthas doesn't have an Iron Skin button, so that was maybe one of those things. It's just like I just played a bunch of Joanna, like it's just like, oh wait, I can't just hit D and walk away from all this. I need to make sure that I play this a little bit slower. So maybe a little bit of adjustments, or just that early game catch up. But 1 to 2 in levels, and we're gonna be slowly progressing here. Corgi Booty getting pushed in a little bit by Ezreal in this top lane. Sonya being quite the bully, also taking the block at level 1 to into Corgi Booty. It's a nice pickup because that way they can just play as more aggressive. Also, there's a lot of auto attacks coming out from the members of TIAA, and we'll see what they're able to do over this camp. And they're not going to be pressuring it at all, and they're just going to let it go over. But it's a lot of this like pacing and just watching these teams as they're just like, who's going to step out a little too far forward, because the early game of BOE is a lot of just grabbing the camps at the right time and not taking too aggressive of fights.
Yeah, Reborn's being really good at spreading across, trying to build up pressure in multiple lanes all at the same time. I feel like the bottom side to this Arthas into the Garrosh is that Arthas, to get a lot of value, has to be in a pretty close range. And so we're going to see Shot walking in a lot, but the kill onto Maiev, and possibly the kill onto Zerial, Sonya going to go down here. So that is 2 kills in a row for TIAA. Up in the top lane, they were able to actually take that camp out away from Reborn as well. So they're going to be able to push in with that a little bit in the early parts of this game.
We do have just lanes being, we just have camps being prepped. We're going to be having objective popping up in the next 34 seconds here. And top lane, yeah, or excuse me, bottom lane will have this camp. Maev is actually going to be on the right-hand side over there grabbing the camp for the friendly team. So Winterheart will have that pressure as well. And meanwhile, they try and push out a little bit here, get some extra value, a little bit extra soak, and start to push this camp straight into the gate rather than it having to work through the wave. But Mist is trying to deny that while the rest of the team actually opens up this top tower, making it a little bit more difficult for them. Overall, Catpeach, I think this is a completely different game from TIAA.
Yeah, TIAA having a bit more utility to safely kind of push and engage here. Tendactyl coming in though. Root is there. The flip onto Legacy. Legacy trying to get away, but the tether coming out for Maev, keeping Lucio in there. Lucio going to be taken out. So a good kill right before this Immortal phase as well for Reborne.
We move over to the Immortal phase at this time, and we currently have unaverted poking at with this Hanzo, only sitting at 6 stacks, but there's a nice Umbro bind onto a couple members, shot a little bit low, gonna get that root onto a couple people with that Howling Blast. Meanwhile, Winterheart stepping up to try and get a little bit of burn onto this. Unaverted in a bit of a bad spot. Azirial is gonna be finding this, but Treebeard is gonna push them back 40 some health on unaverted, getting out of there, so no death. And it's 5-5 in levels. Going to be a little bit in favor for TIAA as they maybe get onto Tendactyl, trying to step up for that toss, but it won't connect, and they get the burn onto their Immortal. They go over to the right-hand side, and I think they're going to try and race this, but they want to fight this Catpeach.
Yeah, TIAA going in. If they can get the kill and just stop this race altogether, they might be able to catch up, and they are chasing onto Tenny now. Winterheart coming from the backside. Gets the Phantom Knives through the wall onto multiple members of TIAA, causing the retreat. Reborne trying to find the angle to get back in here safely, while Hanzo on the backside now chunking through that Immortal. It is not level 7 just yet, but Unaverted still doing a lot of damage for the time being.
We do just have them going back and forth. We're looking to see if someone can make a way in. Shot is working their way into the backline, but it's not working out. Azirial is a little bit low here as well. They get one kill. Tendactyl is a little bit low. Lucio gonna get the boop with the speed, and they get another kill. Boostio is trying to make their way around here, and they end up getting right out, and they'll try and burn this down, but they still need to worry that there's a Rainer and a Maev who can get a decent amount of race onto this Immortal, and Winterheart is just trying to get some stacks, or at least get some Phantom Knife resets and just get some damage out. But overall, this should be an easy burn for the members of TIAA at this time. Yeah,
they're able to catch up at the very least, so even if they lose out in the long run, the shield's not as bad, but they will win out with that Hanzo being able to get it down from full health to nothing here. Punisher, or Immortal #1 going over to TIAA, going to be pushing up in that top lane. So Reborne trying to get some counter pressure going into the bottom so they don't necessarily lose out in experience while they are defending against this objective.
Objective now moving into top lane. The Immortal has made its way up here, and they want to push in. Now, first one's not the strongest thing on earth, but it depends if they could get a kill, and Unstoppable use. Tendactyl is taking so much. Treebeard with these combos is doing a ton, but they actually get the flip. They're trying to find a kill, and they actually end up getting it. That's the first one. They start to turn this Immortal phase against the members pushing, and it looks like TIAA has to back out. Meanwhile, though, in bottom lane, Sonya's going to be going into Thrall a little bit, and they do have that camp pressuring up, but Azirial not able to get a kill, and the rest of the team rotates down, maybe looking to get a pick on them. That's not happening either.
Yeah, Azirial having the good call there to back off from that push after seeing the rotation come out from top lane from the members of TIAA, not wanting to get caught out. However, this gives Reborne a shot to push out this top lane a little bit more. They get that camp, and they are starting to put pressure all over this map. Tendactyl with the flip, but this is a 4v2. I don't know if Reborne necessarily wins out on this. Decker Kane trying to come back down as fast as possible to help support, while the members of TIAA are starting to do a lot of damage to this fort. We now have a 3-4v board here, so TIAA going to make the safe call, get out of there, taking the wins that they were able to get there.
Meanwhile, on top, we are going to be having some pressure with the camp that Rainer picked up, and Li Ming should be able to clear that out just fine. Treebeard soaking up for the friendly team. Catpeach, this is such a tight game. I mean, it's 9-9 roughly, and 4-3 in kills. We're probably looking at 10s for both teams before we get into the next Immortal phase, which shouldn't be too far off either. I think we're looking around the 8-minute marker in the game, but they want to try and get a kill before that happens. Tentadactyl a little bit on the wrong side of this, going to have to pop. The Indomitable gets the toss on the Corgi Booty, making sure that they're not able to body block or anything. Winterheart just getting reset after reset with these Phantom Knives, getting some decent damage in, but Tentadactyl is taking a lot. Treebeard is poking up from the side. Mist is a little bit in a bit of a bad spot. They're going to try and knock them back. The root comes out from Decker Kane. Mist is the first one to go down, and they claim a good kill before they get into this Immortal phase. And that will be about 10s for TIAA and trailing just a little bit behind on the side of Reborne. Oh, Catpeach, this is going to be, I feel like this is going to be a nail biter of a game, but Hanzo has all the talents they need, and we'll see what this race is going to be like in just a second.
Look how fast that Hanzo is just going on that Immortal, and Reborn isn't, you know, terribly far off, but they just don't have that race potential, even with all 4 members focusing down on that Immortal. So they're losing out a little bit in the halftime show, but now that Garrosh is back. Someone, Mistfell is back. Sonya pushing up in the top lane though, so that is 1 member not available if you are Reborn, although she's starting to make the rotation down, so we'll have to see what she wants to contribute to this fight. Level 10s are here for both. We have Wrath of the Berserker available for Sonya. The Warden's Cage going out. Wrath being popped. The Hyperion though, getting a lot of damage on to TIAA. They are trying to get out of here, but there is just so much keeping them around. 2 members going to fall. Shot taking a lot of damage. Everyone is now on the retreat, and we're about to see that catch-up happen.
Holy crap, was that just everything was dumped on top of each other. Now they want to try and poke at this and burn this down. Li Ming is fairly good at this. Nice throw from Tentadactyl onto Shot to get that double stun. Aziriel is going to be stepping up as well. There's going to be the root, but they end up spinning to win right out of it because they took that level 7, if I'm not mistaken. That will reduce roots and everything, or it's a 4. Either way, still going to be having poke onto this while they're trying to burn it down with that Rainer, and this is going to be really close, Catpeach, but they end up stealing it away.
Yeah, they get the Immortal this time around. Gonna be pushing top. Doesn't have too much shield to its name either, so I don't think this is going to be the most glorious push that we might see out of Reborn tonight on this map. But it is something, at the very least. And they're also sitting in a little bit of a level advantage. So there are these small wins that you keep talking about. Reborn gets these small wins. Or sorry, they actually lost it. Just kidding. I can't identify colors.
Oh wait, Corgi Booty though, the Umbral Bind, they end up getting Thrall picked off here, and that's not the way you want to start an Immortal push. Tentadactyl is going to be getting lasered by the Disintegrate from Treebeard. Nothing just yet. Lucio also going to be dropping the healing totem on the ground, and the Boombox will give them some speed and some heal, but they've already left. They just said this Immortal got us the fort. We've got a little bit of an experience catch-up here. Still though, bit of a gap. Reborn still has that slight gap advantage. And we'll see what they're able to do with that as they move on to the bottom lane. Yeah, not for much longer as the Hanzo gets the scouting arrow. No, actually, they have to back off because they do not know where the enemy team is. Just poking them for the deny on any sort of escape. But Shot getting really slow. Disintegrate coming out. Catpeach, are they able to pick up a kill?
Winterheart going in. I don't know. Warden's Cage is up, but the angle isn't there just yet to throw it down. But Reborn going in, keeping TIAA at bay for the time being, make sure they stay on their toes, not allowing TIAA to soak and catch up in that experience. Wrath of the Berserker is going to go out. The Sundering coming out as well. Warden's Cage keeping everyone around while the Hyperion does come out. Maya, though, going to give her life as well as Garrosh. And suddenly for Reborn, and something that they seem to have a little bit of control over, they seem to be losing it really quickly. Stay a while and listen is used and then canceled out in fear of falling, and TIAA going to push this back and get on even level experience.
Catpeach, that fight was absolutely insane. Reset City for Treebeard on that Li Ming, able just to dump damage out. The big thing too is actually Legacy was wall riding and got the knockback with the boop, if you will, onto Decker Kane just as he was starting the Stale One Listen. So only caught the Lucio, not even the rest of the team. It's just these little things. These teams play at such a high caliber where they're just catching these little things here and there. I'm loving this. I'm absolutely loving this. But Immortal spawning in the next 12 seconds here. We're going to be having right side camp picked up. I think no one at the top end. I don't know what the timer is on the left-hand side just yet. It's about 20 seconds on that one.
There's one thing I've been noticing with Shot on this Arthas for the game, and it's that earlier in the game we saw kind of like, you know, those space checks into the Garrosh and the flips and how those were playing out, but he's been doing so good at hiding in these gutters and trying to get around onto Mist, onto Winterheart. and kind of swallow the team from the other side that way. And it's been working out really well, especially in that bottom fight. So really good positioning coming out from him, allowing the rest of the team to be enabled and getting out that damage. Winterheart getting a lot of damage to the face. Incinerate did come out. Rapid Berserker coming out. The Dragon Arrow doesn't hit anyone, but the Warden's Cage and Hyperion coming out. Thrall and Maya both down for the time being. A lot of people getting really low in this fight. Bahamut and Azariel trying to get the spin to win. Gets the damage onto Shot, but Shot still surviving through all of this. Tentadactyl with those shields misses the Decker Potion. Trying to one right. There it is. But that is a 2-for-1 in favor of Reborne in this fight. But they are looking low on all sides of the board.
I was waiting for Tentadactyl to go down like 4 times during that engagement, just like, oh, nope, I found a potion. Oh, nope, Decker Kane's got me. Oh, nope, I'm okay. So Valimar just throwing out these potions so well, keeping their tank alive. And these engagements are awesome. We're going to be having the Hyperion into the Warden's Cage, and it's just, you're locked in here and enjoy the reign of terror, but Tentadactyl might be caught in a bad spot. They get the stun of the Treebeard out of the Disintegrates. Zero going to be going in, trying to get a little bit of a slow onto them. They get the slow, but no route to follow up. They're trying to get a toss onto one. There is going to be the Howling Blast coming out onto Tentadactyl, and they're looking for this, but at the same time, Treebeard's doing exactly what we expect them to do on the Li Ming. Just poke at this. Meanwhile, Unaverted has another angle, trying to get more damage out onto the Immortal, forcing that halfway mark that will be happening, and still, once again, in favor for the members of TIAA. They have such good poke and Immortal race. Now they have to fight this on the side of Reborne, because Catpeach, this is not the situation you want to be in without... Oh my god, on the opposite side here, and it looks like they're able to pull in Corgi Booty. Aziriel a little bit low here. They're going to be having to break it down from the Lucio. The Sundering will be coming out. Tentadactyl so low will be the first one to go during this fight, and that's a reset for Li Ming. They have the Immortal, and they want to chase even further, Catpeach.
Yeah, they're trying to chase down on that Sonya, and I think they get the kill. The Disintegrate from the back line getting in, and Valimar, the old man, going to fall at the same time. 3 members of Reborn going down. This Immortal with a pretty hefty shield as well, heading to that bottom lane where there is already no fort. And this is going to start doing keep gate pressure. The quick clear coming out from Li Ming. And way ahead of the Immortal is the members of TIAA, already prepping this gate, trying to get as much bang for their buck out of this Immortal.
If they can get a flank with Maev and have their Hyperion combo as they've been getting it, that'll be huge for them. But this Immortal is 14 minutes into the game. It hits... So TIAA are really ready to end this game, and they want to take us to that game number 3. We'll see if they're able to do it, as the Immortal has moved his way up. That is going to be the Wrath of Berserker coming out. Hyperion will be out as well for some zoning and just to burn this down. I don't think that they end off of this, but this is definitely a keep gone and some damage onto the core that will be permanent.
Yeah, about 20% sitting on now, and that's where it will sit for a little bit longer. TIAA immediately trying to get that pressure in onto the top lane as well, trying to get as much as they can while they still have that 16 advantage. And if Reborn tries to push into this too hard, there is a lot on the side of TIAA that can punish that much of an engagement. So Reborn gonna have to play it safe, but they are down to keep, and that is pressure on the bottom lane that they're gonna have to babysit for the rest of this game.
That's the big thing right there, and you nailed it. Babysitting bottom lane. You need to deal with the catapult pressure that's always going to be there, and it's such a nuisance, because at that point you have to de-push the lane and then play it safe. And we actually see Shot and team are going to be walking their way up over to the enemy side bruiser camp, and they're going to be going in for this fight. This is 16-16. They can go for this. We are going to be having the arrow coming out from Hanzo. They're onto the point. That's already been captured. That will be the Stay Wild Listen connecting onto 2 members here. Shot in a bit of a bad spot. They're trying to spin with Aziriel to get that damage. Winterheart goes ahead and drops the Warden's Cage. The Sundering comes out. Aziriel so low with under 100 health. That is going to be the taunt coming out as well. They get the lockdown. That's going to be Corky Booty going down. They get the huge stun. Legacy will be the next one to go as well. They're catching up some damage onto Winterheart and team, but no one else will be going down on the side of Reborn, and that's a huge play for them right before this Immortal, with 40 seconds of death on 2 members.
I keep debating myself, thinking that Tentadactyl is going to keep falling in these fights, but between the armor and between the healing coming out from Deckard, there is no killing Garrosh necessarily, and so it was really close for TIAA in a lot of those situations in that fight, but ultimately Reborn coming out on top, and they are going in for the invade, knowing that they are 2 members up and can absolutely steal this cruiser camp, and they're going to steal a shot at the same time and say, no, you come here. Into the Fray going out onto Miss, but they don't get the confirmed kill on Arthas just yet. But this will give Reborne time to get ahead on this Immortal race.
This should be easily the halftime in their favor. Lucio just came back to life. Brawl is ahead of them already. We have Treebeard and Shot probably going to be poking out onto this a little bit, maybe weakening these members, but at the same time, Valimar consistently dropping out those healing potions, and 17 to 17 in levels. Once we hit those 20s and you have the bottomless flasks, that's going to be a big play. But let's see, are they able to confirm their first Immortal of the game? That's the one thing I want to know. They haven't gotten a single one this whole time. And if they play this slow, they can just have catapult pressure in their favor on the side of TIAA, but they've separated Corgi Booty. The taunt goes out as well. They're looking for the kill. The Break It Down comes out as well. That is going to be the Hyperion over so many. The Sundering is out as well. Shot has split Mist from the team. Unaverted is following up for some damage. They look like they're making a retreat, but this could go south at any moment. Catpeach, if they don't get out of here, and that's going to be the end of the fray on Valimar. Hanzo not connecting with the arrow, and they make the clean disengage. Ooh, it's nerve-wracking this late into the game, Catpeach. It absolutely is.
It absolutely is. And Reborne making the good call of just backing away, trying to go back to where they know they have their own minion waves to kind of give them a little bit of protection while they reset and come back in. But this Immortal is going down fast, but they are here for the re-engage. Tentadactyl already at half health, a little bit of armor to support there. Li Ming with the orb from the distance, getting some of that chunk in as well. No one doing damage just yet on the second half of this Immortal for Reborne. Well, TIAA looking for the flank, looking for a kill. I feel like they're okay giving up the Immortal, but if they can get a kill here, they can do it, but they end up losing a Li Ming instead.
That is the stale one. Listen, going to be going on to Shot and Legacy. There is going to be the Warden's Cage around them, but I think they get out just fine before it's actually proc. Unaverted is going to be the attacked object here as they get into the fray by Tentadactyl, and that Li Ming pickup's huge, but at the same time, Unaverted still alive. They have that huge Hanzo race, and looks like they might go in on this. Winterheart not going to be using the blink forward, and we're just setting up for this, but this is still going to be a fort actually falling in top lane in favor for the members of Reborne, but Shot maybe getting caught out here. That is going to be the Break It Down coming out as well. Catpeach, the Hanzo will be getting the arrow out, and this could turn really quick.
This coming down in response. Can he get the Pepper out to help push this fight in their team's favor? Reborne on the response, but Sonya going to fall here. Shot getting away with barely any health. The Immortal going over yet again to TIAA, going to be pushing up in that top lane, but Shot likely going to fall here. Winterheart going in, trying to get the kill as Shot runs. The root is there. Is Shot getting away from this? Hello? Arthas unkillable. Hanzo gonna fall up in the top lane. The response from Denny should hopefully convert the kill on Arthas, but the minion flip trying to get the hit in. And Shot getting away. The best goose chase I have ever seen, Bahamut.
That was so good, because what that did was it bought them so much time to go ahead and prep this lane exactly like this. The Hyperion already comes out a little early, but it does zone them away. The Mortal has lost its shielding, so it does move into that melee range as we talked about before. This isn't going to be a keep falling, I don't think. It's just going to be weakened, but throughout all of that, no catapult pressure mounted in bottom lane. They managed their bottom so well. But top lane, with the death of the Hanzo so early in that, or I guess later in that engagement, as well as the same thing with the Li Ming, that really kind of staggered their potential to have an endgame situation. Meanwhile, though, with the Hanzo just coming back to life, they will grab some camps, play us a little bit safe and slow, and realistically, we're seeing the members of Reborne set up for maybe a bush gank on the right-hand side, maybe seeing if they're going to go for any sort of cheeky play onto their own camp, but I don't think that's the situation. They're going to be playing it slow, as both these teams want their 20s before they have the next engagement.
Shot getting a little bit of vision. Going through the gutters is a little bit on his own right now, so this can quickly go wrong if he sticks around for too long or shows too much. While the rest of TIAA going up, starting this siege camp. So far, it hasn't been sniffed out by Reborn, so they can't necessarily respond. Winterheart having to respond to the catapult pressure going on bottom, while Sonya helps with a little bit of pressure elsewhere. So both teams, like you mentioned, they're playing it safe. Reborn really has to make sure that TIAA can't push this win condition here on the bottom lane. But this is giving TIAA the opportunity to get ahead in that top lane too. So you have two lanes in your favor, giving you a little bit more leeway here on the field. The 20 gonna hit before TIAA for Reborn. So there is a slight time that Reborn can maybe turn things around. But everyone's so scattered across the map, they're on two different sides, it's not gonna happen. So we're gonna have a 20v20 here for what is potentially the last mortal of this game.
It potentially could be. We're 22 minutes into this game. The immortal phase could go on for another 4 or 5 minutes, potentially. And that means that there's going to be a really hard-hitting immortal. And it will be going into bottom lane for Reborne if they win it. And it'll be going into top lane, but on the other side. But Shot going to get caught out here. A lot of damage coming out to stay while Listen comes out as well. The taunt is there, and that is going to be Arthas going down first in this fight. That is their main tank out of this engagement. They only have Immortal Burn, and they have a Lucio with Break It Down available, but... oh, that's not what you want to be losing at right as this late game immortal phase starts, because it's 50 seconds on Shots Arthas, and at this point they can zone here and leave Mist to go ahead and get the autos out. Meanwhile, Treebeard with just the god.
Oh god.
I don't even know.
God.
The Archon Pure Power. The Archon Pure Power just slowly shredding, just absolutely just getting a little whittled down here and there, and you can actually see the number on the right hand side slowly go down. It is so awesome. But the Immortal halfway phase has begun, and guess who it's in favor of, Catpeach?
It's in favor of the team with Hanzo.
Of course.
And Archon Li Ming.
Of course. I mean, the pure power, just beam for hours. And they're going to play this safe. Winterheart's going to try and get some damage onto this, but they need to find a quick burn. Now, Arthas is about to be back. Catpeach, this could... I don't know how this can go. I really don't know. They can either win this out absolutely, or this could be a reset city for Treebeard.
Ooh, Tendactyl gets a flip on Lucio. Legacy trying to get the boop away. The Sundering is there to make a little bit of room. The Dragon Arrow entirely misses. Archon from the backside trying to get the damage out, but it is not going to save Lucio. But Tendactyl gets stunned away, trying to get the finishing blow. The members of Reborne getting so incredibly low, Bahamut, and there's a kill onto Decker Kane as well. Zerial taking a lot of damage, but the Immortal does go over to Reborne, but there are 3 members of their team missing, and there are catapults knocking at their door. TIAA making the rotation down. The rest of Reborne know that they cannot push with that Immortal and are on the defense.
This is, you just rush straight into bottom here and you try and end. Meanwhile, though, Corky Booty going to get poked here. Mist taking a lot of damage, going to be able to kind of just serpentine around here. Going to go into that Archon Pure Power, going to get knocked back. Winterheart going to go ahead and get some healing as well. Shot going to be chasing around Mist, looking for that pick, but they're looking to just shred this core. Corgi Booty going to be taking core damage. Winterheart so low here, will be the first one to fall, or I guess the next one to fall. Shot is low as well, and Mist might be the next one to go. Hyperion comes out, and that is going to be Archon Pure Power should be ending it. The GGs are thrown out, and that is going to be us going to game number 3.
My TIAA showing up. They had a little bit of a, off footing, I think, for a couple steps in those games, but playing it slow, steady, knowing exactly when to really go in. They had those roots. They had that disintegrate. They had that sound barrier, like you mentioned, to kind of keep folks in the fight a bit longer, not taking as much damage. And they get themselves a win on the board. So we are 1-1 in the series. That was hype. That was so good. I'm smiling. I'm smiling. I can't.
No,
that was so good.